Welcome to Take 5, a podcast brought to you by Newleaf Training and Development. Each edition is an inspiring interview with a leader worth listening to. Enjoy!
Hey, I'm Paul Butler. I'm one of the client partners at Newleaf Training and Development, and I'm so delighted to be joined today by Jen Abbott Aston, who's the co-founder and CEO of the Human Element Company. Jen, can you believe it? For 20 years here at Newleaf, we've focused on our core purpose of just simply helping people and organizations better manage themselves, better lead others, and to grow business acumen. I just wondered what would be your recommended best practices, but please start though by telling us a little bit more about your organization, what you do, and who you serve. So over to you, Jen, and I'll wrap it up when you're done.
Yeah, so I'm from the Human Element Company. I am co-founder of the Human Element Company, and we serve businesses, small to medium-sized businesses, as well as some larger businesses. We do fractional HR and we do staffing. So our staffing arm serves big businesses. Our fractional HR, we go into companies and we just serve fractionally where they need our help. So we serve in that capacity, we serve the probably 0 to 50. And my job is really to find companies and make people their best and organizations their best. And I have a simple trick for it. It's the triple TC. And triple TC is trust, it's transparency, it's training, and it's communication. So I wanted to talk a little bit on the trust. The trust is where I come in with my company, that it's not always an easy thing to do to gain the trust of somebody as HR. So it's very important that we get to know everybody. You get to listen to them, know about them. They have to have trust in you. They have to trust that you're going to be there to serve them as well as the company. You know, we have to make sure that in that trust, the rules are the same for everybody, and you have to say what you're going to do and do what you're going to say. You have to really make sure that that trust is there. It's so, so important. The next thing is transparency. Everybody always wants to know the why, and there's so many times that we forget to tell our employees, forget to tell the team, our stakeholders why. Why are we doing what we're doing? As well as transparency, let me tell you, bad news is better than no news. We don't want to be left in the dark. We want to tell us what it is. As well with transparency, rumors and assumptions. If we're not transparent, rumors start happening in the workplace and assumptions start happening in the workplace. You need to build trust. It builds credibility and it builds respect. So trust, transparency. Then we have training, which Newleaf is great at doing. And I love my power partners like Newleaf. Training is so important on so many levels, whether you have entry level, whether you have mid-level or your executive level. Training comes in so many different aspects. However, where I find in fractional HR is I'm doing a lot of workforce development in the fact that I'm moving people from one position to another position. The number one thing I find that's missing from that is 100% the training. We put managers into positions when they've never managed people, and we expect them how to know to manage people. It could be one person, or you could move somebody into a position where they're managing 20. The training piece is really important. And then at the executive level as well, we put somebody into a principal role or a CEO role, or maybe a C-suite, not a CEO, but a C-suite role. And we expect them to already know how to be an executive at that level. And really the mindset is different at every level. Again, back to entry level, we put people into these jobs, and yes, they have training for the actual position of the job, but there's so much of the people part that we need training on. Which brings me to my final, the T, and now we're at the C, communication. Communication is so important. The number one thing I find in investigations, when I'm doing investigations, is there wasn't the communication. People don't know what's going on. We need to listen as much as we talk. We need to set clear expectations, and we need to over communicate. I know people don't like to over communicate, but if you over communicate versus under communicate, the differences in the end are going to be absolutely amazing. Communicate. Trust is so important. Transparency is so important. Training is so important, as is communication. And I can't even tell you which of the triple TC is more important, but in order to have an environment that thrives with people, I really think these 4 areas are so important. And these are the key aspects I wanted to share with you today, Paul.
Jen, I really love that triple TC. And if you haven't trademarked that, I'm going to steal that.
Thanks. I haven't.
I'm just having fun. I love that. If I could, just a shout out to the subscribers to keep an eye on the events page for the activities that we have going on throughout the course of the year. Jen, as has become our tradition, could I offer you a virtual high five?
You can.
Boom.
Or the fist pump.
We're completely down with the cool kids.
That's right.
Jen, thanks ever so much. I look forward to seeing you and Andrew soon.
Yes, thanks for having me, Paul. Take care.
All right, bye for now.
I hope you found that interview useful, and if you did, feel free to rate, review, and share this podcast. We'll be back next week with another episode, and we also invite you to check out our other weekly podcast, Going the Extra Mile, which is sure to lift your spirit and encourage you in today's working world. Bye for now.